This is everything you missed in the Mortal Kombat 1 reveal trailer. I would have done a clever number tie-in, but the game is 1, not 12, so blame NetherRealm for that. First, you may notice that Kung Lao's classic hat is now made of straw, with no metal blade. This could indicate that he is the Great Kung Lao, as many fans have theorised, or it could be a sign that Kung Lao has returned to his original peace-loving persona from Mortal Kombat 2, before they made him much more savage in Shaolin monks. Additionally, his outfit here is pulled directly from Mortal Kombat X's Old Man Kung Lao costume, which suggests to me that this is indeed our Kung Lao, not the Great Kung Lao. But it could just be a reference, we don't know for sure. The realm Kitana and Mileena shown in seems a lot more peaceful than one would expect for Outworld, which could suggest this is Edenia. It has a similar vibe to when we've seen Edenia depicted in the NetherRealm era through Kitana's ending, so this could be some kind of parade or peace treaty talks between Edenia and Outworld perhaps. Scorpion and Sub-Zero meeting in a tea house is an interesting one because Sub-Zero walks past a teacup, which is reminiscent of how he reached out to Scorpion back in MKX, and could be a sign that something similar has occurred here, although perhaps not, because Scorpion actually seems to have a Lin Kuei logo on his chest. His outfit and Sub-Zero's are basically identical at this point, with only really the shoulder pads and the masks being different, which is also a fun nod because Scorpion's mask is reminiscent of MK11 while Sub-Zero's is reminiscent of the 2021 movie, which could suggest that this is Bi-Han, not Kuai Liang. And the uniforms being so similar makes sense because the original backstory was that Scorpion's costume was designed to take the piss out of Sub-Zero's, hence why it was identical but in a different colour. But his clan, the Shiryu, was originally formed by a man named Takeda. Takeda was a member of the Lin Kuei who split off and went to form his own clan back in Japan. It seems that in this history, that never happened. He stayed with the Lin Kuei, and so Scorpion was raised as a member of the Lin Kuei too, but perhaps a more heroic version than we saw in previous timelines, more akin to what Kuai Liang did with it than what the original Grandmasters did. This seems to be supported by the fact that the symbol on Scorpion's back is quite reminiscent of the form Liu Kang's dragons take at the end of the trailer, possibly suggesting that this version of the Lin Kuei is in fact Liu Kang's personal peacekeeping force, similar to what the Shiryu became for Raiden in Scorpion's MKX ending, or that they are part of a larger alliance that unifies various factions under Liu Kang to maintain the peace. Of course, this could potentially be Takeda or Scorpion and Sub-Zero moved back in history like in 2021. I don't personally think that's the case, but it's possible. Scorpion also notably has his original non-white eyes and a rope attached to his spear, rather than the blank white eyes, cataracts, or chain we've typically seen in the NetherRealm era for his Revenant self. Oh my god, I called him a Revenant. Oh my god, I called him a Revenant. What is wrong with me? That we've typically seen for his Spectre self. So the question now remains, will he be a human the entire time, or will he still die and become a Spectre? And if he doesn't, will he still have his fire powers? Maybe there'll be a flamethrower built into his mask so he can still use Toasty in the classic fatality they sell later on. Either way, the two are definitely working together for now. It's worth noting that we only see Liu Kang using fire in this trailer, not lightning like he did in MK11. Considering that human Raiden is going to be playable in this game, he's likely going to have all of his old powers back, possibly given back to him by Liu Kang, explaining why Liu Kang can't use them anymore, because he literally does not have them. Raiden's outfit has a vibe of MK1 Raiden mixed with Kung Lao, possibly suggesting that, as a mortal, Raiden was raised alongside Kung Lao similar to Liu Kang in previous titles. Liu Kang's attire seems a little eclectic in its colour scheme, having white, red and blue with bits of black. This is potentially meant to be an amalgamation of his and Raiden's colour schemes all in one, reflecting that he has Raiden's role now but is still Liu Kang on some level, which also goes well with his new demeanour because there's certainly shades of Dark Raiden in there. Shang Tsung's design is somewhere between his 2021 movie design and the kind seen in MK11. This is amplified by the way he killed Kung Lao in the trailer, which imitates a shot from the 2021 movie where Shang Tsung killed Kung Lao there. Kung Lao is still not having a good decade, and the soul is even going into Shang's mouth like in the movie. Is this purely a nod to the movie for the trailer because Kung Lao is the one being killed this way, or is this how it's actually going to be in the game? The last few trailers like this have attempted to actually showcase a new fatality as it is in the game, and being very accurate in doing so. These are likely brutalities for Shang rather than fatalities, unless we're getting a huge number of fatalities and we've just not been told yet. So there's a good chance that this is how it will look in the actual game. Liu Kang's outfit actually has shades of the 2021 movie as well. And additionally, Liu Kang's new dark demeanour could suggest that he could well be the villain in the game in the end, in a manner similar to Injustice Superman deciding that if you're not here for his peace, you will die. Hopefully that's not the case, but who knows. And finally, Shang Tsung being the pre-order character seems to suggest that he is not going to be the final boss, as previous pre-order characters were Goro, the sub-boss, Darkseid, just a normal character who had no presence in the game otherwise, and Shao Kahn, who is a relevant character in the story, kind of a sub-boss in the narrative, but otherwise just a normal character. If this holds true for this game, then Shang Tsung will not be the final boss, maybe just an antagonist for the first chapter, while someone else becomes the real final boss. It's worth noting that with this story going back to Mortal Kombat 1 based on the title, Shang Tsung's design as a younger man is not reflective of the original MK1 or any of its subsequent retellings where he has always been an old man, with the only version of Shang Tsung to be a young man during that tournament being the original movie version and presumably the new movie version. Is that a sign that this is indeed the other ending Shang Tsung from Aftermath, making his way over into Liu Kang's ending? Could be so. And those are all the things you missed in the Mortal Kombat 1 trailer that I did not, except for the Scorpion being in the Lin Kuei thing because I didn't notice that until it was pointed out on the Soul Stream. The Soul Stream had a lot of discussion about this game yesterday, with a whole bunch of really great content creators, including a certain very handsome co-host of the Combat Kings, so be sure to check that out and share what you've discovered down below. Maybe you also noticed that Liu Kang puts his hands in the shape of an L because that is what he's going to dole out to people who do not appreciate his vision for peace.